What's going on, guys? InsaneWaya here, and I'm gonna give you my January/February haul this time around. I didn't get to do a January one because I was just kind of busy around the end of the month, so I just gonna combine the two together is what I decided at the end. So I'm gonna start off with the anime because the manga is the bigger section. First thing we got here is the Tokyo Ghoul Collector's Edition. If you want to see what's inside this, there's going to be a video linked in one of the corners here. So go watch that. I'm not going to bother unboxing that for this video. So now we got what's left here. First off, let's grab all this. This is, I think you're supposed to pronounce it. I think you're supposed to pronounce it P-Brain. This is the first 2 seasons on Blu-ray. I have no clue what the show is really. I've only seen the first episode. I only got it because it was one of the $10 deals on a Right Stuff sale. But it intrigues me at the very least, so I look forward to trying to watch it. Although, I think there's a 3rd season, and I don't think that one's been licensed. So I don't know if I'm happy about that, but I could be wrong. But I can't seem to find a 3rd season or any information about one coming out. Here's the second collection of the 2nd season. So that's all of that. Then we got, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. You can see that. It's supposed to be a series of movies. It's from Studio Bones, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that just means OVAs or what, because if I look here, it's only 300 minutes altogether, so I don't know. But it was, I think, $7.50, so I couldn't say no to that. Then we got some of the rare moments where I actually get DVDs nowadays. And that is because these were $5 a piece on that same sale. First is Girls in Panzer, which I know nothing really about when it comes to if it's any good. Which it's going to be kind of funny because you can see later I actually got the manga for this too, so hopefully it's good. And we got a Fate Collad Liner, I think it's called. Magical Girl Fate series, basically. I've heard this is actually supposed to be really good. So I hope that ends up being true. I watched the first episode. It was interesting, but I wouldn't call it good. But that was only the first episode, and I hear it picks up a lot later, so. And lastly, for the DVDs/Blu-rays, we have the limited edition of D-Frag. This should have been in my last haul, but it didn't come in right away. I got it on sale for, I think, $31 on Amazon. That's the main reason I picked it up, because I know nothing about this show. But it sounded interesting when I looked into it, so I figured I'd give it a try. These are the Blu-rays. Standard Funimation disc art, not anything too amazing. Yeah, so. But I look forward to giving it a shot. It looks good, so hopefully that will be a fun watch. Now moving on to manga, first thing I got here was one of the Valentine's Blind deals. I think it's pronounced Fujoshi Rumi. This is actually from Anime Works, so you know that's out of print. But the quality of this is actually pretty good, but I don't know if I'll bother trying to find Volume 1 and do anything with it. I might skip Volume 1, but I don't know if I'm going to go further than that. I don't even know if this actually was completed for an English release. So Then we have No Longer Human Volume 3. This was kind of hard to find for a long while there. I still think it's hard to find online. It actually goes for quite a bit now, but I found it in a comic book store near me for just retail. I guess he didn't know that it went up in value because it's out of print now. Heard good things about it, have not read it yet. I do look forward to reading it. I have it all now, so I'm going to sit down and do that sometime soon. And then we got this, which I got at a used bookstore. The Girl at the Time manga from Bandai. I know nothing about it. I looked in it real quick. The art looked pretty decent. So hopefully that will be good. The movie's really good. If you have not seen this movie, go see the movie for it. Then we have my first ever Udon pickup, which is Steins Gate Volume 1. I have yet to watch the anime, so that's making the manga that much more enjoyable, actually. But I've heard great things about the anime, so hopefully this will be good. But it's actually just making me want to watch the anime instead, so we'll see if I get more of this. It's very thin, so I don't know. It felt like there's plenty to read still, but it's just really thin. Next we have my Dark Horse pickups, which I got this used at the same bookstore as The Girl at the Time. Blood Blockade Battlefront, which I believe is Kenkai Sensen. There's the anime for it wrapped up recently. I heard it was actually really good. So when I saw this for, I think it was $4, I decided to pick it up even though it's volume 4, and I'll try to get the rest. And then we have my favorite Dark Horse release ever, probably, which is a Planetes. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that, but it's a beautiful, beautiful release. If I can find, yeah, look at that. I love that page. You got color pages at the start of every chapter, if I'm not mistaken. The art for it is amazing, and it's a great quality release for $20. So, if you have not gotten a chance to pick that one up, I'd say it's well worth the money. Next, we have the 7 Seas pickups. Start off, we have Orange, the Complete Collection 1. I know nothing about this. I have not had a chance to read it yet, but I got it for $9.50, I think, on Amazon, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And when I get around to it, I do look forward to reading it. I like this little design in here they have, if you can see that. I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I look forward to giving it a shot. And we have the stack of all more used bookstore volumes. I couldn't leave them sitting there seeing it, even though I do prefer to buy it straight brand new to support the companies, but I mean, when you see these for $5, you kind of got to pick it up. So we have No Game No Life Volume 1. The art for it actually looks really good, but there's not any more to this at the moment, and this was released like over a year ago now, so I don't know what's going on with that. Something with the Japanese publisher or the person who was the artist, maybe, I don't know. I think it's on hiatus, the manga for it, so not sure. And then, like I said, we got the Girls in Panzer Volume 1 of the manga. So, the art for this is actually not that great looking. I mean, if you can... It's kind of a bit of glare there, but it's not the best art. Not even close, but it could still be enjoyable. The tank actually looks really good. Faces of people, not so much. Then we have Doubles and Realist Volume 1. I believe there's an anime for this, actually. I don't know anything about this. Once again, it was like $4 or $5, so I just picked it up at the used bookstore. Next, we have the Viz Media pile. First, we have a School Judgment, which I have no idea what to think of this one. The concept sounded interesting. I got it cheap, and it has the same artist as Death Note, Karu no Go, Bakuman, Takashi Obata. So that name alone is enough to get me to at least give it a shot. So we'll see how good this is. Similar situation here. I saw this one, Behind the Scenes Volume 1, for sale on Amazon for $5.50, I think. And saw this little mark right here. So that kind of made me buy it because Host Club was an incredibly good anime. I'm assuming the manga is just as good, so it intrigues me at the very least. Then we have Volume 2 and 3 of My Hero Academia. This is a really, really stylistic, just interesting and good shonen series going on right now, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I'll continue to. It's kind of like Pixar meets manga with the style of it and the superheroes. It reminds me of the Incredibles universe, except in a manga sort of form. So I think this is going to be pretty big, so if you're a fan of shonen, I would get on that. Then we have my personal favorite shonen, Food Wars, Volume 10. More of the fall classic going on in this volume. It's getting really intense right now, and I love it so much for that. Like, there's a lot less fan service in the manga now than there was in the beginning, and I didn't hate the fan service to begin with, but it's just gotten like to a whole nother level with the intensity compared to before. Before it was kind of silly, now it's a little more serious. So if you have not had a chance to start Food Wars yet, get on that too, because this is an incredibly fun series in my opinion. Okay, next up we have the Kodansha pile, which will first we have volumes 10 and 11 of Noragami. They're releasing these one a month if I'm not mistaken, so that's why I ended up getting 2. I believe volume 10 wraps up what we've seen in the second season of the anime, and volume 11 will be all new content. So I'm mostly looking forward to reading this, but I'm going to read this to get a little refresher basically as well. So get on that. Good series. Similar situation, Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, volume 5 and 6. Another really good series. I loved the anime. I've only read a little bit of the manga. I'm just going to get more of it and read it all in one sitting, I think. Or a large chunk at the very least. But it's really good. If you haven't had a chance to pick this up yet, too, once again, like, I know it sounds like people say that for a lot of manga, but this is another one that's really good. And once again, really good one. A Silent Voice, Volume 5. The ending for this volume made me go online and read the rest, so now I'm just going to buy the rest just to own it, because I already read it all now. But this is an incredibly good series. If you have not read this, once again, pick this up. It seems like with Kodansha, all I pick up is like my favorite titles from them, so this was a good haul for Kodansha when it comes to quality at the very least. Lastly, we got the Yen Press pile. Starting off with Volume 1 of How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. This was a really good release on Yen Press's part, I feel. Not super special, but we'll get to one of those soon. But some good color pages, nice quality. I enjoy this series personally. If you haven't seen the anime, it's Saikano, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. I like the anime, I like the manga. It's one of those things where you're either going to love it or hate it, so just look into it. And if it intrigues you, I'd say give it a shot. And we have Volume 1 of Ani Imo. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, but basically the plot of this one is they switch bodies. So little sister becomes really dominant because she's in the brother's body, and they have like a weird sort of incestuous romance going on, which is weird. But then of course they say, oh well, you're only step siblings, so it's okay, I guess. It's a weird one, but it's a fun read, so if that intrigued you, go for it. Okay, so if you're wondering where that jump cut just came in from, that was because I almost forgot to mention W here. An amazing release. I almost forgot it because it's in my like current need to read pile, but it has quite a few color pages, and this is what impressed me the most, this release. If I can find it. It's got some color pages in the middle, and it's just a normal release. It's I got like the Noragami, I think it's called like matte finish, and like embossed all over the place. It's just a really good release. So if you're a fan of just collecting high quality manga, this one's pretty high up there. Plus the anime is airing right now, so if you're not going to watch that, at least read this, because it's really good. So then we have Volume 2 of Horomia. I've talked about this before in my last haul, I think. A great romance series. Probably the most realistic one I've ever read. So if you have not had a chance yet, I would pick up this series. It's only the first 2 volumes out so far, so get on while it's early, I guess. Then we have Volume 5 of Batum. Just working on getting more volumes so I can catch up to where the anime left off, because I really liked it. Then we have Soul Eater Volume 1. I picked this up used. Don't know if I'm going to get the rest. Sheena has the anime, but it was like $4, so once again, couldn't pass it up. And then we have the first omnibus for Yowamushi Pedal. Not the best release. Print quality is decent and everything, but like, there's not a single, outside of that, there's not a single color page anywhere else. And they charge $24 for this. Meanwhile, that Dark Horse release of Planets, or however you're supposed to pronounce it, which was so nice, was only for $20. So when you compare it to that, this seems like a pretty crap release, but I guess overall it's not bad, and the content's good, so if you want it, I'd say get it, but you really gotta kind of want it for the value to be there. So there's all my pickups for January and February. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Leave a like down below.